Welcome to the first in a series of entries that I'm going to be making detailing my progress of my projects. If you're not coming from my TikTok or my Instagram, my name is Noah, I'm an aspiring game developer, and welcome to the place where I'm going to publicly humiliate myself for the foreseeable future. I'm doing this mainly because I got rejected from a programming course for not having enough motivation. I kind of always wanted to have a YouTube channel, but I never could find a niche or a category where I would want to continually return to it every week. That is just, How this is going to work is I'm going to go down the list of my projects that I'm working on and my goals for this week and far away goals that I have for myself. And that's basically it. I always find it interesting when people make those videos where they kind of show you what they're working on and kind of report. So I hope that there's going to be an audience for this and that people are going to enjoy it. And even if not, it helps me to kind of reflect on my own progress and to see visually where I've come with stuff. So as my projects right now, I have listed my portfolio, my store, my blog, my game, the game that I'm working on right now, TikTok, my Instagram account, and YouTube now. I'm going to go down the list of those and just tell you what I have so far and show you some examples on the screen. I hope this space can be used for that. When it comes to my portfolio, I'm done. I just need to update like the last game project, and I also want to work on some code, presenting code in a way where I can just post it as an image that's readable. That's the only categories that I'm missing in my portfolio, but so far I am satisfied with how it turned out and I think it's gonna serve its purpose. Then my store, I do prints for hoodies and t-shirts. I did have a Redbubble store, but I ended up removing that because Redbubble is just, it ate my brains, and I moved to Teespring. So the store is currently on pause, just because I don't want to focus on too many things right now while I'm just starting out. I want to kind of simplify things for myself and get used to this. Then I have my blog, which is being planned. It's supposed to be like a game making blog for people who want to learn how to develop games. I'm not showing you an example because it looks like shit, but I have an outline ready and I know what I'm gonna be writing about. It's supposed to be kind of a community thing, probably on my Instagram, so go follow that if you want to see that in the future. I don't know. I'm probably gonna start working on it maybe within the next 2 months. Then I have my game. The current game that I'm developing is called Clara and the Eternal Tower, which I realize now is a mouthful when you want to say it out loud. I'm probably going to change it in the future, change it to something shorter, but I like the sound of it. I don't know. So the game is currently the biggest priority. I want to have a working demo in the next 4 to 5 months so that people can play something and maybe have a Kickstarter at some point. We'll see how that goes. But what I have so far, I've done some animation. I'm still experimenting with the style that I want for the characters. I've done character concepts and I'm going to be posting them on my Instagram throughout the week. Then I'm working on a big illustration, which is gonna act maybe as a cover for the Kickstarter or just to get, for myself to get an idea of how I want the game to feel. Then I have this kind of ties into that, like design elements and colors. I'm pretty much nearly done with the first portion of the game. I have a lot to work on still, but the first portion of the game is kind of planned out. It's gonna be mostly bluish. There's gonna be a lot of hands. Yeah, I'm going to be making a separate video talking about what the game actually is and the mechanics and the characters and stuff like that. I've written some dialogue, but I need to revisit it because I've kind of changed my idea of what I want the characters to be and how I want them to interact. The more I kind of draw them and develop them, I need to go back and fix what needs to be fixed and kind of make the job as easy for me as possible and give the player the best experience. I don't want a bunch of unnecessary dialogue that you don't need to you don't need to read all of that. You don't need to know all of that. Then lore, setting, and history, mostly done. I've been developing a world for a couple years now. It's kind of always been my passion since I was a teen. So that is pretty much done. All my games are gonna be set in that shared universe. Maybe going to be making a video about that. Maybe gonna let people explore it through the games. Not sure, depends on interest. That's it for the game. I'm still very much in like the basic of the basics, but I know the mechanics, I know how it's gonna work, I know what the goal is going to be, I know what the ending is going to be, I know what the beginning is going to be, and now it's just to fill in the middle sections. I know what the boss battles are gonna be like, and I know what the bosses are, and like how they look like, how they move. I have all the attack patterns down. But yeah, now it's just assembling all of that and filling in the gaps. So next up is TikTok. I'm not focusing on TikTok right now. You can go and follow me if you want to. He's blind, so he uses a lot of small noises to navigate and find the other guys. Anyway, As I was saying, TikTok is not a big focus right now. I'm almost at 1,000 followers, which is really cool. It's a fun little thing. I'm definitely gonna be focusing on it a little later, but as I said, it's kind of mostly an avenue for me to have fun at this point. Then my Instagram. I recently started an art account. I have 24 followers. It's definitely a focus as it's gonna be kind of where I post most about my game. I like posting in image format, so it's gonna be the focus of, you know, where I post my stuff and where people are gonna be able to get updates if they want to. Also, link down below, you can go and check it out if you want to. I have a couple pictures right now. I feel confident with advertising it. You can expect more in the future. I'm very good at talking. Then YouTube is the last of my projects, and it's this, basically sitting down and filming and kind of other things as time goes on, but I really want to focus in the beginning on just getting these out because I want to get used to filming and editing and posting. Yeah. So that's basically it for the projects, and now I'm going to be talking about some goals that I've set for myself. These are goals that I might reach, that I want to reach, but they're gonna happen very slowly. My first priority is to upgrade my equipment, my computer, my internet, and my tablet that I draw on. Because I make games on this, and a new computer is a lot of money. My internet is shit. I want to do other things, particularly streaming, the process, and streaming art. So yeah, I need a better internet connection. I also want a better tablet. My tablet is a Wacom old tablet without a screen. I don't know how to pronounce it, but these ones, Intuos, whatever. Those ones, I want. And my next priority is I want the store to be open by Pride Month. I've been working on some designs for like 2 years now that I really want to have on shirts myself. And then finish and publish game, obviously, a goal. Register a game studio. Eventually, yes, I want to register it as a separate company, so not an entity tied to me, because I want to be able to employ myself and get myself wages and stuff like that. But it costs a lot of money in Norway. It costs like 30,000 crowns. To open a limited liability company. So that's a little further away in the future, I think. Start blogging anytime, really. That's a goal. Define schedule, which is something I struggle with a lot. I kind of just do things as I do them. I'm like, what do I feel like doing today? And while I like that approach, I also think I need some stricter routines, like having a deadline, for example, for posting a video. I think that having deadlines would be beneficial to my productivity. So I'm working on that. Streaming, question mark, question mark, question mark. This again is optional. I think it would be fun because I'm already working on this stuff, right? So streaming it while I'm doing it is not really something that requires much extra energy, and I think it could be incorporated into what I do anyways. But again, shit internet, working on that. And now we're coming to goals for next week. This week, I guess. From the 8th of March to the 14th of March, I've written to film and edit this video. Amazing. Platform design and examples, which means I'm doing platforming segments. And I don't know what I meant by examples when I wrote this down, but I think make versions that are decent enough to post on Instagram so that people can see what I'm working on. I think that's what I meant, but yeah. NPC concept sprites. Not necessarily concept sprites, but like idle sprites. Or like the first version of the idle sprites. I'm making that this week and I'm really excited about it because I have everything down. I just need to make it. And I'm actually going to, after I edit this, I'm probably gonna start doing that if I feel like it. Post 5 times on Instagram in a week. I've already done 2, so I need 3 more. If I do more, that's great, but I can't do less. I want to keep it like manageable. Jesus Christ. I'm not like making things specifically for Instagram. I'm making them for something else, but I am posting them on Instagram. So that allows me to have posts basically for free. Stupid. Yeah, whatever. I just realized I'm not as intelligent as I thought. I don't sound nearly as intelligent as I think of myself in my head. You know what I mean when I say free, right? Right? Okay. I want to gain 3 more followers on Instagram. I think that is doable. I've written something called YouTube Recap Prep Video and Edits, which basically means doing this again at the end of the week. Writing some new dialogue or like revising the old one. And then I have the last goal, which is optional. Make default sprite and dabble with movement in Unity. I've already made a Unity project and I'm still kind of figuring out what feels the best. So I'm not going to show you anything because it's all squares. It's all squares. But I feel like having a sprite that actually is animated would help a lot with getting like a good feel for the movement, because now I just have squares that I'm launching everywhere. So So yeah, that's basically it. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you made it to the end, thank you. I'll leave the links to all these things that I have online down in my description, so you can go and check them out. I hope you enjoyed my cats in the background. I'll try to upload on Mondays. So yeah, goodbye.